Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your reading for the week of December 11 through 17, 2023. This is a reading for you if you are a Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising, or have some other significant Cap placement in your chart. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If you find that this video resonates with you, please consider subscribing to the channel. Do leave it a like and a comment, and let me know how I'm doing. And every time you do that, it helps increase the visibility of this channel. And those of you who are returning, welcome back. I'm glad you have returned, and I hope this reading resonates with you. As I've mentioned before, if Capricorn happens to be your sun sign and this reading doesn't resonate with you, you may want to check out the reading from your moon sign or for your rising sign or some other significant chart placement if you know what your chart placements are. Also, if you are watching this on a week other than the 11th through 17th, you still may have a message in here for you if you are drawn to watch it, because I don't feel there are accidents when it comes to that. So, okay, so our cards, I always use the cartouche deck, which is the Egyptian way of cartouche system, which is out of print now as far as I know, but I've been using this system since 1987, so I have been, 36 years now, and I'm very attached and very, these cards and I have a good rapport, let's put it that way. And so that's this particular deck, and I clarify the cartouche. I do a cartouche horoscope spread, and I will clarify it with tarot, and this week I'm using the Mother Peace round deck. So I'm going to draw our clarifying cards for our week. If you're not familiar with the horoscope spread, this is based on the 12 houses of astrology. And I like this particular spread because it gives me a full picture of everything. It's not just focusing on love. It's not just focusing on career. You can do other readers do other types of spreads where you can try to deduce that information. And that's perfectly fine. That's certainly that's certainly a good and legit way of working as well. But I just find that this way it's very clear what's applying to what area. So there's less guesswork for you, the viewer. And being this is a general reading, I think it's easier for me to do those kind of specific readings for individuals. When I'm doing it collectively, I think we want to try to reach as many people in as many situations as possible. So this is the way I'm doing it. Okay, wow. Okay, Capricorn, so let's begin. If you're not familiar with this format or this channel, then you'll see how this works. First house is Aries energy. So this is you, how you present yourself to the world, how other people see you. And you've got strength with the Ankh. So wow, you're coming across very strong right now. You're coming across as a strong person, perhaps dealing with some struggles, but managing to keep it all together. Ankh indicates you're conveying a sense of joy and happiness and enjoyment of your life. So this is good. So you're definitely conveying a very positive image, and one that would potentially draw people to you, because the Ankh is again somebody who is in their own space, in their own element, enjoying life. And strength would definitely indicate that you are that you have it together, that you are a pillar of strength, so to speak. Second house is Taurus energy. This has to do with finances, with money, possessions. And in this house, you have the Scarab with the 5 of Wands. Okay, so there's some kind of a new beginning coming for you financially, whether it's a new job, a new situation. Maybe if you've recently paid off some debt, you could be have a clean slate. But 5 of Wands indicates really outside interference. It seems like there's competition for something. Maybe there's competition for resources or for your money. Maybe you're trying to decide where to spend it. But I feel like this is usually people on the outside meddling, maybe where they're not wanted. So I feel like when this shows up, you need to refocus and think about where you are in the situation and what you need. But definitely change is coming if you're not happy with your financial situation right now. Third house is Gemini energy. And this has to do with communication, messages of all kinds, self-employment, or self-effort, if you're in your own business, short journeys, and, more superficial communications. There's a house across from it. The 9th house is associated with deep communications, like deep thinking and so forth. So this is a little more superficial, although it can have to do with writing and publishing and things like that as well. And also with brothers and sisters, potentially are part of this. Okay, so we have Hathor with the Hierophant. So Hathor in this house can indicate, okay, it can indicate a message. This could literally be a message from somebody who is somebody who's in an authority figure or a mentor or something like that, because Hierophant is, to me, represents either a religious figure or some other kind of intellectual authority figure when we see the Hierophant. Somebody who is experienced and knowing, and actually in deeper matters, usually. Hierophant can also indicate a higher level of commitment to something. And with Hathor, I don't know, so this could indicate a business arrangement, or could even be like a love arrangement. It all depends. That may be moving to a higher level. There may be some communications about that coming in. That's possible for some of you. Generally, as a thing that I think that pertains to business, I feel like Hathor is about getting things organized, about planting seeds. There's strong earth energy associated with Hathor, so it's a bit like Taurus or a bit like Virgo, in that there's a sense of being efficient, getting organized, getting things together. And this would encourage somebody to follow a much more traditional path. I mean, a lot of times we may be spontaneous or trailblazing or do something different, but Hierophant tends to have to do with doing things kind of the tried and true way. Fourth house is Cancer energy. This has to do with your home, your environment. It has to do with your family, potentially, and also your sense of security. Okay, so we have Pyramid with Temperance. Now, Temperance comes up when we generally have to take things that are paradoxical and try to merge them together to some degree. I mean, some people say this is a card of peace or finding balance, but as you can see, there's a shaman here, and there's water, and then there's fire, right? It's how do you blend fire and water? How do you take two things that don't appear to go together and put them together? So Temperance to me is almost like alchemy. It's taking all the raw material of the things that maybe you don't like or that don't fit into your worldview or your sense of security. Maybe it's dealing with conflicting family situations or something like that, where you feel like, okay, now I need to take these things and find out where they all fit as pieces of the puzzle. It's not about keeping one thing and throwing something else out. It's about finding a way to integrate and use all that material. And that, of course, is the test or the challenge here that we see with Pyramid. Pyramid is about, it always comes up when we are being tested in some fashion. So this is definitely in the place of home and family. So you may be, maybe you're trying to negotiate between two family members or two different points of view in your family that don't match. Like, how do you make that work together? You know, there's definitely a strong effort of, a strong effort's not the word I'm looking for. There's definitely the sense that this is what you are experiencing right now, trying to deal with contradictions or opposites. Fifth house is Leo energy. This is creativity, it's children, love affairs. Again, obviously, it's not going to be all three. This is a general reading, so I'm mentioning all of the above. We have Anubis with the Ace of Swords. So wow, the Ace of Swords is a powerful new beginning. It's clarity with something. It's messages coming in. It's new thought. And with Anubis tends to be a card of protection and also a card of working your way through difficult situations. So again, whether or not if this has to do with a love affair, then maybe there's new information coming in that maybe is going to clarify a situation. Maybe it's been difficult. Maybe someone's been putting up boundaries, because Anubis can have to do with that as well. Or there's just a need generally for to protect yourself, protect your heart. I don't know. It's all going to depend. The Ace of Swords always brings a new beginning that is clear and defined, and that gives you a clear sense of where you're going. And again, if this has to do with a child, very similar thing. Take it as it resonates. Is there a situation where somebody needs protection? Maybe you're learning something that you didn't know. If it has to do with a creative project, then I would say that that there's new thought that's either coming in or that's going to be required to finish things up. But again, Anubis always affords a level of protection and navigation through difficulty. So that's a very good message. Sixth house is Virgo energy, and Virgo has to do with your health. It has to do with your job. If you're working, it can have it's the house of service is what they call it. It also has to do with worry and anxiety, and potentially with domestic animals, if that applies. We have Urias with the Two of Discs or Two of Pentacles. So you may be juggling right now. Maybe you've got more than one job, okay? So it's, yeah. So there's definitely this sense of maybe potentially juggling things right now. Maybe you're worried about how you're going to juggle things. Maybe you need to put something down. You have that with Urias. So Urias seems to indicate something unexpected coming in. And whatever this unexpected thing is, whether it's related to work, whether it's related to your health, Urias I don't tend to see as a negative. Sometimes it can come across as surprise or unexpected information, but I often feel like it's telling you that something is not as bad as it appears to be. I just feel like there's a situation where you may be juggling some things right now, but I feel like you're naturally going to be able to go with the flow. So take it as it resonates as to whether or not it has to do with a worry that you have, or whether it's a job situation, or whether it's a health situation. But I just feel like there's a situation where you're doing a balancing act. It's funny because you've got temperance down here too. Seems like a lot of balancing acts going on right now. And you may be concerned about, when the other shoe drops, as they say, or when something unexpected is going to come in. But I feel like whatever's coming in that's unexpected is going to be something that's beneficial, not something that's going to be a bad surprise. 7th house is Libra energy. And Libra has to do with relationships. And it has to do with, has to do with relationships, has to do with permanent relationships, marriages, partnerships, things like that, that are the more of a committed or legal nature, okay? And rather than the love affairs that you see down here, which are usually unlegalized kind of situations. It can also have to do with business partnerships and other significant partnerships. Okay, you've got Sirius and the 6 of Wands. So 6 of Wands has to do with recognition for something, okay? So there's this idea that that there's some kind of a victory, there's some kind of accomplishment, you're being recognized. And with Sirius is about something having strong physical strength. For some of you, this could mean a strong and physically attractive partner, or just somebody who's working on their physical, on building themselves up physically in some fashion. It can also just have to do with generally having strength or having mental strength, being able to think outside the box, having leadership qualities. So if this is a business partner, then this is a good person to have, because this is somebody who can see situation from all sides, and maybe this person's you. So I don't know. Either way, there's definitely this sense of, of recognition and innovation and things like that. So whether this pertains to a marriage partner, whether it pertains to a potential partner who maybe you want to have a long-term relationship with, or whether it's just some other kind of, something that connected to that partner or to a partnership. Either way, there's definitely this sense of being recognized, somebody being a leader, and having the ability to think through difficulties. So that's a very good sign. 8th house is Scorpio. Scorpio has to do with transformation. It has to do with and also with other people's money. Okay, because there's a few other attributes of this house, but those are the basic ones. Okay, we have Sphinx with the 5 of Swords. So yeah, there's definitely the sense here of feeling limited with something. Sphinx, it has this feeling of something secret or something that you are trying to uncover that's hidden that you are waiting for. But whatever this is that we're dealing with, it seems like there's a limiting. This is card in the Mother Piece deck. They say this is a result of a negative pattern. So I feel like there's a need for you to be breaking out of a negative pattern, to stop limiting yourself in the way that you think. Again, there may be this attitude of bringing together ideas that don't necessarily seem like they belong together at the outset, and you will be, because Sphinx indicates there's definitely a sense of wait and see and don't act right now. And there could just be limitations in the environment right now, and it may be saying, maybe even with the retrogrades and so forth, that you might be better off. It's not that things are going badly, but there may be something you may need to wait and get more information before you're able to move past a particular limitation right now. Okay, 9th house is Sagittarius energy. This is about expansion. This is about higher education. It's about long-distance travel. It's about legal matters. It's about just generally expanding your horizons, learning new things. philosophy, religion, things like that. And you have the Shaman of Wands with Thoth. Okay, Shaman of Wands is the King of Wands. This is somebody who is determined to, very fiery energy, determined to get what you want, determined to do what you need to do. With Thoth here, there could be either a legal matter or this could be connected to higher ed, because I feel like Thoth has to do with both of those things. And so if you're in school, maybe this is this determination to finish something or to get through or to master something. If it's a legal matter, then again, the same thing. There's a determination to get through something and to finish it up. And it could be in some cases, if you are in a legal matter, maybe this King of Wands is a person, perhaps a fire sign person, which would be Aries. What is it? Aries, Sag, and what's the one in the middle? Leo. Wow. Okay. Aries, Leo, or Sag. Could be somebody here who might potentially be helping you with that. Doesn't have to be a fire sign though. And but if it's not, doesn't have to do with a school or a legal matter, then this definitely seems to have to do with the divine timing for something. This definitely, to me, would be an invitation or opportunity to expand. Like the time would be right for you to use your resources either for teaching or for learning in this case. Okay, 10th house is your energy, Capricorn. And with Capricorn energy, this is about fame, reputation. It's about your career and potentially about the father. Okay, so you have Son of Discs with Isis. So I feel like this is a situation that might be moving rather slowly right now. Maybe it's a slow and steady kind of a thing, building something up. And yeah, this seems to indicate something that's going to require patience. So I don't know whether this is a job situation or some other thing that you are putting out there into the world that is maybe going very, very slowly. Slow and steady wins the race on this one. I think that's a pretty clear message. 11th house is Aquarian energy, and Aquarius has to do with friendships. It has to do with your networks, your goals, hopes, and wishes. Okay, so we have the Air card with Death. Now, Air is a good card, is a card of friendship, among other things, in the house of friendship. So I don't know whether this is an end of a friendship. Could be. It could be message about something coming to an end, a liaison or a connection coming to an end. Or maybe, something coming to an end for somebody else, might not be you. But whatever this is, I just feel like there's something, I feel like you're making new friends potentially and also breaking connections at the same time. Like there's some things that do need to be gotten rid of, maybe some connections. Just like I'm seeing this 5 of Wands over here. Like there could be people who are in your energy who are just not good for you, who don't have your best interests at heart. And maybe it's time to detach and let those people go. That said, this is also definitely a fertile time for making new friends. And I feel like getting rid of this old dead weight is going to help things move ahead for you very fast in terms of your goals. 12th house, this is Pisces energy. So this is what you keep hidden, what you don't want other people to see. Your fears, your dreams, what you imagine. Because this house tells us what you want people to see. This is what people don't necessarily see. And you have the Chariot with Water. These are both 2 water cards because Chariot is Cancer energy. And I feel like with this coming up here, yeah, there could be a lot of emotions that you are not showing right now. I mean, you definitely have this very warm emotional energy in terms of what you're showing people. But with Strength, you may be holding your emotions back. So there seems to be a lot of emotion here. There may be worries about control or about a loss of control or about the nature of changes. But again, when I'm seeing this in the house of worry, I mean, you have the opposite, the 2 of Discs here. And the 2 of Discs for me is about being able to flow naturally with change. So I don't think you need to worry about your ability to keep up with things as they are changing. I think you need to go with the flow here, which by the way is another message of Anubis down here in the 5th house. So, okay, so we have your second ace in the reading here in the center. We have the Ace of Cups, which is great. So this indicates a new beginning that is more emotional, that could be potentially having to do with love for some people. But even though I don't particularly see a strong, it's not so much strong about a love reading about necessarily a new relationship or something. I mean, it could mean that for some people. But like we have the Ace of Swords here, we have another ace. So there's definitely the sense of new thoughts, new feelings. But you have it with the Earth card. So the Earth card, again, it's right underneath this Son of Discs. So there's this idea of things growing, things being, moving along slowly. When Earth shows up, this does bring security. It does tell you to remain grounded. and it does suggest that that you are on track for things. But aces also remind me that you're at the beginning of something. So you need not worry about the fact that you're at the beginning of something. You have to remember that you're at the beginning of something. A lot of times we become very impatient and we want things to move along faster than what they're actually going. That may also be why you have this this limitation card up here in the 8th house. It may be saying, yes, you're at a new beginning, you're growing something, but there's a reason right now. There may be some other obstacles in the environment. I mean, we're seeing, it's interesting, because we've got the 2 5s opposite each other too in your money houses. So it does seem like there's just some stuff here that there's some struggle that needs to be gone through and be resolved. But ultimately, it does feel to me like, just keep your feet on the ground, stay focused, worry about, resolving paradoxes, keeping things together. There's a lot of number 5s. 2 plus 3 is 5 here. There's a 5 here. There's a 5 here. And card 14, Earth, is 1 plus 4 is 5. Actually, Temperance is 14, and that's also a 5. 5s have to do with being in the midst of struggle, being in the midst of change. And the next step, of course, is moving into calmer water from all of the struggle. So it seems like you're on your way there. But right now, try not to worry too much. I mean, it looks to me like you're trying to keep things under control, keep your focus. And there are new beginnings coming, but things may be a little slow to move. So thank you so much for watching this week, Capricorn. If you do like this channel, please do like, subscribe, and leave me a comment, and I'll see you next week.